What did everyday life look like during the Viking Age? Have you ever wondered what daily life was like for the Vikings? The Viking Age was a fascinating time in Scandinavia, where people lived in a world shaped by farming, family, and community. Most Vikings resided in small rural farmsteads, where survival relied heavily on hard work and cooperation. In these communities, men typically took on outdoor tasks. They plowed fields and sowed crops like barley, oats, and rye. They also tended to livestock, which included cattle, sheep, pigs, goats, and horses. Fishing and hunting were essential activities as well, providing additional food sources. Women, on the other hand, managed the household. Their tasks included preparing meals, spinning wool, weaving cloth, and making clothes. They also cared for children and handled domestic chores like cleaning and preserving food through methods such as drying, salting, and smoking. The division of labor was clear. Men worked outside, while women focused on tasks inside the home. Viking houses were usually long, rectangular timber buildings with thatched roofs made from reeds or straw. Inside, the space was simple and often dark, with a central hearth for cooking and heating. There were no chimneys, so smoke escaped through openings in the roof. Social life revolved around local assemblies known as things. These gatherings allowed free men to discuss community matters and legal issues. However, only men could speak and representing their families at these meetings. Women had no political voice, but they held significant influence within their households. The climate in Scandinavia presented challenges, with short growing seasons and long, cold winters. Farming was labor-intensive and often precarious. Slaves, often captured during raids, performed the most physically demanding tasks, such as plowing and building. Specialized crafts like blacksmithing and leatherworking were practiced on a small scale in farmsteads. Professional craftsmen operated in the few coastal towns, trading goods for food. The Viking diet was based on what the land and sea provided. This included grains, vegetables, dairy products, meat from livestock, fish, and sometimes game. Meals were hearty and often featured smoked fish and ale. Clothing was practical, made from wool and linen with animal skins used for warmth. Men typically wore trousers and tunics, while women wore dresses with aprons. Both genders wore cloaks fastened with brooches during colder weather. Life in the Viking Age was physically demanding and filled with risks such as famine, disease, and conflict. Child mortality rates were high, and many Vikings suffered from malnutrition and injuries. Despite the popular image of Vikings as fierce warriors, many lived challenging lives focused on subsistence farming and community survival. Everyday life in Viking Age Scandinavia was a blend of agricultural labor, household management, and social governance, all while coping with a harsh environment. The farmstead served as the heart of life, where family members contributed according to their roles, and survival depended on skill and cooperation.